Hey, it's David. Today I wanted to go over how to update your Debian 10 to Debian 11 by simply just editing the apt configuration file and pulling new updates. So I found this particularly useful if you're running virtual machines online and the hosting provider hasn't allowed a Debian 11 version, or maybe you're hosting a website like I am here and you don't want to lose this by updating by just running a new image or something. So I definitely don't want to lose this website. I've spent so much time on it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So an easy way to check your current version is if you're in Linux, you can use uname space -a, and this is going to tell you the details about your current operating system. We have here Debian 4.19 compiled in 2021. So it's not the most current, which is unfortunate for us because if we wanted to update packages and we go to apt update, it's going to say we're all up to date. And we know that's not true because we have a bunch of old packages using Debian 10. But because it's not pointing at the new Debian 11, it's just going to say it's as updated as it can get. So the way to fix this is you want to switch to the etc folder. So /etc or etc. And in here we know that Linux runs everything from config files, and config files go into the etc folder by default typically. And in here we want to switch into this apt folder. So cd apt. And in here you'll see some files, particularly you'll see the sources.list file. So if we ran on lesson here, which Les is one of my favorite readers. Oh, I did source.list. We can see that for Debian, it's pointing at Buster main. And if we would Google, we now know that the code name is bullseye. So we're pointing at the wrong repositories. Here, it's pointing at the mirrors at Linode. Typically, if you're running on this on a different hosting provider, it'll say either like Debian or Linux or mirrors of their own. So what we want to do is we want to edit that file because this is a pretty important configuration file. I'm actually going to copy this. So if I mess up, I don't lose everything. I typically do this by just attaching .old on it. And I'm going to use nano to edit the main file. So in here, you can just switch Buster to be bullseye. And then one thing about the security repositories here in the middle is Debian switched the name that they put stuff. So instead of bullseye/updates, you'll have to change this to bullseye/security. You'll know if you forgot to do that by it'll give you an error saying there's no releasable branch or no releasable file. So you'll just have to come back here and put bullseye there. I'll also link this file down below. So we'll save that. We'll save it to the same file. Everything says bullseye. And now if we would run apt update, you can see it's pulling from this new repository now. And when it finishes, you can see that we have 332 packages that can be upgraded that we weren't seeing earlier. So let's go ahead and upgrade those. I'm going to put tag Y on the end so I don't have to keep hitting yes on all these packages. So this prompt, remember that you'll have to use your keyboard and not a mouse. So you can just hit over, because I'm fine with it restarting services during the package install, and hit enter for yes. Okay. When we get here, if you've done any work on your configuration files, they're going to probably be different than um, what the package maintainer's version is. So I like to hit the keep the local version. That way it doesn't mess up any of my personal configuration changes. Okay, great. It's done. So from here, I'm going to reboot it using systemctl reboot. And I probably lost connection to my website, but that's fine. When the server comes back up, it'll also come back up. So to find out when, I'm going to run a ping on it. We started getting replies back. So now if I would hit enter on this website, it goes back to the website that I'm hosting on the server. I'll go ahead and stop this ping and go back into the SSH. I don't know if I still have this on my clipboard or not. Okay, no, let me grab that real quick. Please don't look at my password. Okay, we're back in, and then just to double check that it actually changed the version, I can now, if I now ran uname attack A again, it'll say Debian 5.10, which is a lot better than the 4.5 we did have. So that's it. We just updated Debian 10 to Debian 11 by changing the configuration files in the apt folder and running apt upgrade. So thanks a lot. Hope this helps. I'll see you next time.